Okay, so good afternoon. My name is Oluwole Aboyade, and we're in the class of Creativity and Design here at Covenant University. Today we are going to be talking about creativity and design as it relates to users' experience. Can you guys see the board from the back? Yes. So the reason why we have to talk about creativity and design as it relates to users' experience is because there's a lot of certification that you guys might be looking for to acquire when you get out of school to work in very powerful companies out there. And you can see here I'm making a reference to Allison. Allison is a portal for professional certificates. If you want a certificate on innovation and creativity for entrepreneur, you can get that over here. There's also diploma in creativity and innovation. There's also creativity and creative problem solving. There's a lot of certificate courses, and you can do it at your own pace. And you don't have to worry about failing because you can always repeat. So it's not an advert for them. It's a very, very good portal to get your professional certificates because you will need them sometimes when you go. You can get your design thinking certificate over there as well. But we are also going to use this portal to be able to talk about users' experience. So if you have a digital device, a smartphone, your computer, please, I suggest you record, you do a video of the class because we're talking about a very important topic, okay? And you can also take notes just to make sure you have it for your archive. Now, what is user's experience? Okay? Now, user's experience is very simple. We all have different kind of experiences. Experiences when we use a website, experiences when we use a smartphone, a computer, experiences when we buy maybe a mineral bottle. Experiences when we have use different kind of product or services. And you already know that if you are going to be dealing with customers, you will need to know what your customers are experiencing. So for example, I'm going to use my sister over here. My sister is the maker of this phone. And you now advertise the phone. And then I come to you and I buy the phone. Don't you think it's your responsibility to know if the phone is working well? Don't you think it's your responsibility if I'm happy using the phone? Don't you think it's your responsibility if also I have problem with the phones? Don't you think it's also your responsibility to know if there are things you can improve in how the phone functions? Those are your responsibilities. So the ability, what users experience mean, the definition of users experience, my friends, I want you to write down please. Users experience, and let's go to our whiteboard. So I'm going to go to the whiteboard. So let's go to the whiteboard. Okay, so we're in the class of creativity and design, and today we're focusing on users experience, which is popularly known as UX. Okay, it's popularly known as UX. We also have another definition that goes along with this. But before I go into that, I also want to introduce you to UI. I don't want you to confuse it with UI. There's UX. UX is called user's experience. UI is called user's interface. Guys, pay attention to that difference. UX is called user's experience. So you have a user's experience designer. Okay? Are you getting my point? And then UI is user's interface. So you have a user's interface designer. They are all part of the agile team. And we're going to talk about the agile team and why you need to learn about the agile team as people who are going to be entrepreneurs. Now, so the meaning of user's experience is someone that makes sure that their customer is having the best experience when they use their product or services. So your job as a user's experience designer in any company is to focus on the customer. Okay? Then we also have the UI, which is the user's interface designer. That is the person that actually designs the field of the interface. When I showed you Allison, you saw the interface, right? You saw the interface. We're going to go back to that interface again. Somebody designed that interface. Okay? The person that designed the interface is not the person that actually does the coding and the programming. They're two different people. So, but we're going to go through all of that when we talk about the agile team. So, why do you need to know about user's experience and UI? You need to know about that because today we have a lot of applications. You download WhatsApp, Facebook, Instagram, even your school portal. Those are interface. Okay? And sometimes some of you will go in to try and check your score, to try and maybe check your attendance, and you are not able to communicate with that interface. You will have to go to maybe the portal department and speak to them. Oh, I tried to check my result, I've paid my school fees, I'm not saying that I've paid my school fees on the portal, what's happening? Somebody is in charge of all of that. And that's the people who are supposed to make sure that you are not having issue with you paying your school fees and it's reflecting that you paid it, with the website of the school, that make sure that you, the user, is having a good experience. It's called the user's experience designer. Okay? That's the UX designer. But the UI, the user's interface, is the person that actually does the design of the website interface, the one you see. Sure, you understand? They are all part of the agile team, and we'll go to the agile team after we go through this. So again, let me just emphasize, the definition of user's experience is the person that makes sure that the customers are having the best experience with their products and services, and how to make those experiences better, and how to make their products and services better for their customer. While the user's interface designer or the user's interface is the actual interface, the feel and the look of the website, the application, the product, or the service. Okay? And that's also part of the this thing. So let's go to the agile team. Why do you need the agile team? The agile team, if you have to work in a big environment, a university, a company, if you have to work in even in a small company, you will be working with the agile team. The agile team is a team of people, designers that come together to make sure that the smooth running of that organization is functioning in a better direction. Okay? Come in. Yeah. So the agile team is able to help the organization to sustain their creation, to sustain their functionality, to make sure that everything is working well. That's the agile team. So in any working environment, you will be working with agile team. And so let's move on. Now, so in the agile team, we have 9 people. 9 members of the agile team. And on that agile team, we have the UX designer. I want you to put this down. The UX designer is the person that makes sure the customers are having the best experience. That's the UX, the user's experience designer. The UI designer is the person that makes sure that the website is looking okay, the feel of the website. That is UI designer. Okay? Now, apart from that, we also have the front-end developer. In the agile team, the third person is the front-end developer. That front-end developer is the person that looks at how to do the coding. Sure, you understand? The front-end developer is the person that is in charge of the actual coding and the programming of the website. For the buttons to work and everything, we'll go to the website and you see how it works there. So that's what the front-end developer does. Also, the back-end developer is the person that makes sure all the logics are working. That makes sure that yes, at the back end of the website, everything is working. You understand? For example, if you go and you put, maybe when you resume, you'll be clocking your attendance with all those smart card attendance things. And when you keep clocking, it's not reflecting on the website. Something is happening back end. So that's the job of the back end developer, not the front end developer. The front end developer is the one that will just build the website, that will do the coding and everything. But after the coding, the day something happens and something is not working, who will be in charge of that? The back end developer. Okay? Now, we also have the quality assurance people, and you already know what that does for a company. They are the one that make sure that quality is always what? Sustained. Safety is always sustained. And they make sure that the day-to-day running of the company is meeting the standard in the industry. Okay? Those are the quality assurance people. Then we have the marketers. Under the marketers, we have the creative entrepreneur and the marketing entrepreneur. They work hand in hand. Those are the people in the workshop, creating the shoes, creating the product, creating the iPhones, creating the computers. And at the same time, they have a branch called the marketers. Those are the people that put advertise the product outside and sell, online and offline. Okay? Then you have the project manager as number 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Number 6, project manager. That's the person that makes sure that schedule and timeline for product development is being met. Project manager makes sure that time is not wasted on services and products. Okay? So we also have, on number 8, we have the CEO. That's the Chief Executive Officer. That's the person that tells you the mission. That's the person that sets the mission, the vision, and then the goals for the company. That's the person that sets the mission, the vision, and then the goals for the company. And then the last person is the product business personnel. Product business personnel. And the product business personnel, they are involved in investments. They make business calls for the company, and then they also focus on what we call ROI, return on investment. Okay? The product and business personnel, they focus on return on investment. They help you to make your business calls, and also they help you to also make sure that the day-to-day operation of the company is yielding interest. Okay? And they will collect data as to what's happening with that so that they can develop the company better in a better direction. Okay? So that's pretty much what we have in the Agile team, the 9 people in the Agile team. So, so now we're moving on. Now that you now know about UX experience, you now know about the Agile team, we're now going to now migrate that experience into our focus today. So in our focus, we will still be talking about UX experience as we go on further in our other classes. But today, we are going to focus now, and just give me one moment here. I want you to, can you stand up and tell us what you, ask your question, stand up and ask the question. The 2 types of marketers. Okay. The 2 types of marketers, we have the creative entrepreneur and the marketing entrepreneur. They work both together under the marketers. Yes. Yes. Entrepreneurs, see, you can be working in a company and still be an entrepreneur. How many of you agree to that? Yes. You can be working in a company. As a matter of fact, they need you more than a regular. And things have changed. You have to understand, things are no more like before. You understand? Things have changed. So, but that's the classification. And let me just go back to that slide. So you can see that under the marketer here, we have the creative entrepreneur and then the marketing entrepreneur. Under the marketing, this thing there. So what we're going to do now is we're going to move to. Okay, good. We're there already. So today we're going to now use that experience, the user's experience. Now we're moving to the topic for today. Okay. So Guys, the insight to that now is allowing us now to then move to the next stage. And that stage is that how does users experience help us when we want to brand? So I've come up with a topic for us: nature to design with users experience, the agile team, and for cyber security for the entrepreneur, to help us create originality, identity, and branding. And that will be part of our practical today. So we are going to be focusing on branding. And while we're doing our branding, we're going to be having a practical experience of the UX team. The agile team, sorry. So you will be working in teams together. We'll form teams and then you work together. Remember when people work together over here? Yes. But this time around, there will be a CEO who is going to determine what's going to be done. You understand? Set goals. So we'll do the practical and everything today. So you work in groups together to create a brand today. That's what we're going to be doing. So we're going to see how the agile team can work together to create a brand. Okay? That is what we're going to do for our practical today. And here I will be focusing on three things. It's very, very important that you know how to pitch. A pitch, guys, listen to this. A pitch. Who doesn't mean of a pitch? Who doesn't mean of a pitch? A pitch is a way to communicate to your employers or to your customers what your product is all about in very simple words and very short statements. That is what a pitch is. Okay? It's an effective way of communicating, a short format of communicating with your customers or your employees about what you want to do. Okay? That is what a pitch is. So you must learn this language. Okay? So you need to master your pitch if you are going to be communicating with people in the agile team. Now, we are going to focus on our branding, and in our branding today, we are looking at some things. And please, I want you to look at this. We have originality. That's one. Number two, we have identity. Identity. Okay. Then number three, we have the brand. Originality is in the name. And when you name something, guys, listen to this one because we're going to do the practical. When you name something, the originality there must help you to define the function. We must see the function. The function of what that product is, what that website is, what that school is, whatever it is. The name must help us to quickly understand what it's all about. Sure you understand when you're doing branding. Because brand is the total sum of the originality, the identity. That is what we give you brand. And we'll give you an example. Okay. So now the identity is now when you now pick something from nature. For example, look at Apple computer. They pick just the bite of an apple. And you can see the thing there, just the bite of it. And sometimes you see some of them come in white colors, like the Apple logo will come in white color or black color. Right? That's what they do. But the logo is the identity. The logo is the identity. But the originality is in the name. Apple. Okay? Now, in the brand, the total brand is now the combination of this and this one will give you the brand. And in the brand, most of the time, there's a team. And we're going to look at that. How many of you have used OPay before? If you use OPay, raise up your hand. Yes. OPay, if you remember now, OPay is one of the best ways to look at originality. They were able to say, okay, what is our application going to do? What are we going to call the company? You know, they are thinking about branding the company now. So the creative director was able to sit down with the agile team and say, I think if we are going to create the application, the creation of the application is left to the front developer, back-end developer, and the UI, the user interface developer. But the person that will actually give them the name and the fuel and that which it will be called is as important as every other person in that team. And you can see that in the UX experience, users experience designer, UX designer. So they will come with a name that will summarize everything, and they call it, oh, look at what they did. They know that our website, our application will be for payment, right? For payment. So they just took out pay from payment. The function of the website is for payment, right? So they took out pay. And maybe the name of one of the founders or the person that has the money to fund the company is Oluwole or something like that. So they just put, okay, his name starts from O. Let's put O. And then it becomes OP. So that's how they come up with the name. But once you see OP, immediately you are able to know that it's about payment. Are you seeing the thing now? It's about what? Payment. Now, listen, even if you're in London, even if you're in America, even if you're in South Africa, once you see OP, your mind will go to this thing is about what? Payment. But let's just now change it. Let's now say we're building you built an application. Guys, listen, you built an application. And the application now, you want it to be doing the same thing, right? You know there's a lot of applications like that. You now build your own application. And you now say, okay, Okemi cannot compete with Ope. We don't know what Kemi is. You cannot compete with Ope in South Africa. You cannot compete with Ope in America. You cannot compete with Ope even in Britain. Because the pay here already told you this is for payment. Am I making sense? So when you're branding, don't look at, okay, this is what this person there will do. No. You have to do your own originality. Your originality is in the name and the function of that product or service. From that, you will now look at the identity, the logo to go with that. And in this logo, we are talking about color. You have to choose the color, the font to represent what you want. You understand? And then the theme will also come with that. Guys, so that will lead us now to the next one. And in this next one now, we're going to see an example. Let's go to the board here. Okay, let's go to our 5 viewer. So when we 5 viewer now, and so here we will see how it works. So let's go through this. The first thing is, let's go to entrepreneurship. Guys, listen to this. UX certificates. So here now, we're going to talk about, okay, guys, look at this. This is a website that was built by the Agile team. Can you see this? What they do here, what they do on this website, look at the way they branded themselves. What they do on this website is they sell educational services. Okay? It's pretty much a university that is what? Online. But can you see what they did? They used the name Allison. Because Allison is a very popular name in India. The website is created by Indians, right? But look at what they did with the team. When we're talking about originality, they said empower yourself. Look at it under the Allison. They put empower yourself before they now put a logo that is generic. The logo is from nature, a rainbow. They put a rainbow color. Can you see what I'm saying now? They put what? A rainbow color. And they call it Allison. And then they say empower yourself. When they say empower yourself, you know it's something about education. Can you see how they branded themselves? So even when you are going to use a fictitious name, you must be able to have a team to describe what that thing is all about. Am I understanding? We are going to go to a practical example here. So before we go to the practical example, now look at what they are doing now. This person is also, look at their color combination for this one now. I will use this opportunity to show you who designed what and what here now. The design of this logo, guys, pay attention. The design of the logo and the coming up with the name of this team of Empower Yourself, Allison and the logo and everything belongs to the creative team, the creative director, the user's one, experienced designer. That's that department. Now, the functionality as to, are we going to use green color? Listen now, are we going to use green color? Are we going to use images of somebody else? Are we going to use just two? Look at how many colors they use here. It's maximum of 4 colors. White is predominant. It's not overwhelming. Readability is there. You can easily even somebody that has bad sight can easily see the text. So you can see that here, they did not overwhelm you with a lot of words. And look at what they did here. They highlighted start learning. They want you to buy and click on it. They highlighted it. The person in charge of the color combination, the text, the font, how things are going to look is called the UI designer. That's the user's interface designer. Okay? Now, when people are not using the website, the person who is monitoring how people are enjoying the use of the website is the user's experience designer. Now, you also have to understand this. Look at the way they brought all the courses here. You can select the courses. The front-end designer is involved in the coding of how these things interact when you press them. Okay, if you click on this one, it works. That's the front-end designer. The back-end designer is the person that makes sure that, yes, there's no hacker that will hack their website to make sure that they are stealing people's credit card, because people will be using their credit card to shop online. So it's the responsibility of the back-end designer to make sure, developer, to make sure that cybersecurity, is to make sure that the website is safe, the customers are having best experience, okay, on that website, okay? So now, what we're going to do now is we're going to go to a simple branding practical. I just put something really simple for you guys, and we'll talk about that now. So, for now, what we're going to do is, the assignment you guys, that the question we're going to answer now, is that as the creative director of a company, or as a part of the agile team, you are told to create something, a product, brand a product that will stop military men from doing what? From consuming a lot of alcohol. That's the assignment. Brand a product that will stop military men from consuming a lot of alcohol. Now, you know the problem is, those military men are addicted to what? Alcohol. But they want you to now replace that addiction with something else. So how do you come up with something to replace the alcoholic addiction? You have to think, right? You have to work with the team. You have to brainstorm. You have to do research, right? So when you are now building your prototype, you must be able to come up with something that even somebody that doesn't have an educational experience as a military man, remember that it's not everybody in the military that is educated. So whatever solution you are branding must be able to capture the attention of anybody, regardless of if they are educated or not educated. They should be able to see this is about solving that problem. Okay? So let me just quickly go in. And I will just get to okay. Okay, guys, we are going to look at this. Say you have a product. This product now is not branded. There's no name there. There's nothing there. Now this product, when the military men, they see this, they are educated, they are not educated. You don't know what this is now. It's just black, right? It's black. Guys, listen very well. Now, this particular product is supposed to solve the problem of military men who have addiction with alcohol. They want to get rid of them. They want to stop them from drinking alcohol, from consuming alcohol. Now, you come up with a prototype. Of course, it will look like a bottle, whatever it is that you're going to present to them, right? There's no text, there's no picture, there's nothing. But for you to present a prototype to maybe part of the agile team, maybe to the CEO, maybe to the user interface designer, and so on, you will need to come up with a prototype. So I started with this bottle. I just put the bottle there, and I said, okay, maybe we should encourage them to drink more water. But the question is, what type of water? But there are type of water that can replace alcohol. Sure, you understand? So we need to create the idea of that water. But if you are now talking to somebody, you need to be able to do what? To come up with your own originality. Guys, look at what is happening here, because it's going to help you in your practical. So this is what I did. You see can you see the beret? Can you see the beret here? And then I went into let's put a yellow and a sun. The sun is from the environment. When you are under the sun, you become tasty. You want to drink. Guys, look at the idea. Look at the idea. When you are under the sun, you become thirsty. You want to drink. So the old man or the young guy in the military will just run to the beer parlor and have like 3 bottles of beer. But we want to discourage that. Instead of drinking 3 bottles of beer, drink more water, right? So I now say, for the military, let's put, because they have berets, they are under the sun most of the time, in more front and so on, we put their berets, and then we just call it face water. Can you see how I'm branding it? Can you see how I'm coming up with a prototype? So when we now say face water, we now say happy day, sunny. The happy day shows that it's a sunny day, and for you to be happy, drink water. Guys, are you seeing what are you understanding what I'm saying here? So in this case now, the beret with the sun is the logo. The beret with the sun is the what? Is the logo. The face water is what? The name and the originality. Sure, you understand? And then look at the theme. Happy day. It's sunny. It's not a drunk day. It's a happy day. For you to be happy, you need to drink water, not to be drunk. Are you seeing how I did the branding? So now I can now take this prototype and give it to the CEO in the agile team. They might accept it and they might not accept it. But this prototype has started to push them in a what? In a better direction. Sometimes they might tell you, change, don't use the beret, keep the sun, put something there, or change the color, or change this. But this will start to generate the direction of the final word product. Because this is a prototype. Under design thinking, this is a prototype. Always remember that you must bring something that is visible when you are creating a solution to a problem. Don't worry if you make a mistake. So in this case now, you can see that we have a bottle, we are using green. The color green is part of nature in our color chart, right? And we are looking at the beret. For military people, we want to discourage them from drinking alcohol. On sunny days, they should drink more water. We give it a unique name, face water. So the face water is the name. The beret with the sun logo is the brand and is the logo there. And then the theme of to encourage them to have a happy day, to live a healthy lifestyle is happy day, sunny, and boom, you have it. Then when you take it to the company, you can develop further. But at least you have something to do to start with. Okay? So having that in mind now, we're now going to jump to our practical, and we're going to start. So what we're going to do is, I want you to be in we're going to be in three. In three, okay? In three, please, in three. Sit together. together in three because we will be working together. And this is what you're going to do. I'm going to, let's go to, what? 4? No, let's do 3. Let's do 3. I have a lot of envelopes, so don't worry. Let's do 3. 3 is good. 3 is good so that we can monitor you guys. So let's go back to the listening now. I'm going to write the question on the board. Let's go to our whiteboard. Okay. This is the practical question. Guys. Come up with name of brand. Name of brand. 2. Come up with logo of brand. And then the third one, you need to come up with a theme of brand. So remember now, that is what we now call the brand. Okay? So we need the name, we need the logo, we need the theme. And everything must solve that problem. And the problem we're solving for you guys, because you are going to be putting on the envelope, is that every one of you now must be able to advance. You are forming a company. Look at it this way. You have a company that is providing educational service. So that educational service you are providing, guys, listen to me, just like the Allison case. That educational service you are providing, if you have to send envelopes out to invite people to come to your school to visit and see the school if they can bring their children there, the envelope should be able to do what? Advertise the school. Okay? The envelope should be able to advertise the school. So come up with the name for the school, come up with the logo for the school, come up with the theme to describe the school that will give us the total brand. Okay? Guys, I will repeat myself again. Come up with the name for the university, come up with the name for it's educational service. You are providing educational service. Educational service. So come up with the name for the educational service, come up with the logo for the educational service, come up with the theme for the educational service. And in that case now, you will be on the back of the envelope, and let me just get one envelope here so that you see how that looks. So, if you have the white envelope, you will be able to come up with the logo somewhere here. And you can do, don't worry if you are not good with drawing, you can just come up in a simple way. Maximum of 2 colors. Maximum of what? 2 colors. Come up at the top here. Guys, listen. Guys, listen. Come up with the logo. You can put the logo there, or the name here. Logo here, name here, or name here, logo here. And then come up with the theme at the bottom here. It's a very simple one. But what I want to see is something in nature should represent your company. The name of the company should be able to, you can see Allison, Empire yourself. You can see OPay, for example. You know it's for payment. But I'm sure you can come up with something. You guys were coming up with something from your name and stuff like that. But this time around, for educational service. So if once we see this envelope, we should be able to know that you are a university. Are you understanding what I'm saying? Once we see this envelope, we should be able to know that you are a university and you provide what? Educational. So how do we advertise that at the back of here? Some of you might even want to say, okay, you are the creative director for Confident University. Guys, listen. Let me make it easy for you. We've just hired you to be the creative director for Confident University, and we're paying you 3 million naira per month. We give you a house, a car, and everything. That's a huge job. To be the person to determine how Confident University will look. You are the creative director. Now, that creative director, we want you now to help us, because what we have now, we are not happy with it. We want you to come up with the right color,
the logo to represent Covenant University, and what to say, so that when people look at the envelope, they want to come to this school. Are you understanding me? And it should be better than what we already have. Are you understanding what I'm saying? So you must come up with the name, the logo, and the theme. And remember, whatever you are adding to it, remember this envelope, you will mail it to students who are yet in secondary school to invite them to what? To come to Covenant University. But if you don't want to do it for Covenant University, do for your own. You can come up. I'm not saying you should use the name. I'm just giving you an example. You have to come up with the name for your own university. Are you understanding what I'm saying? You know they have Covenant University, but you have to come. What is the name of your? It's a company. You are providing educational service. Even if you are selling pure water, you will still have to come up with the name for the company to sell the pure water. Okay? So this type of branding, you will understand that we need them to create originality, the logo and the theme to create the total brand. And then make sure the color is no more than 2. You already have one base color, which is white. Okay, let's make the color 3. 3 is better. You already have one color, which is the base white. So the second. So let's start the practical so that we can finish quick.